A long time ago, when I was a little girl, I remember going to the airplane show and seeing all the airplanes in the air. And I was amazed by what I saw. They were fast. I went with my aunt and uncle and my sister, and she was very young, and I had my older brother. So the three of us went to the air show, and I remember just staring up at the sky and following the planes with my eye and being in total shock. And they were very loud. Once they passed over us, I could hear it. I was like, wow. At first, I was actually afraid, but I noticed that my aunt and uncle, they were okay, so I thought I'd be okay too. So we would continue to walk, and then we would stop and continue to look out at the sky and admire the airplanes. Then we'd finish, we'd look around. Then I remember looking up to the left and the right and to see if I was holding my aunt and uncle's hands. Then we stopped again and we looked up and we saw more of the airplanes flying around. There's big ones and small ones. Some were really tiny, like little helicopters up in the sky. They were cool. And then I looked to my left and looked to my right, and my aunt and uncle were gone. What would I do? I was just standing there alone. Ugh. And I started to cry, and then it got worse. I started bawling. A woman with her stroller, she tapped me, and I was just staring at her, and very sad. And she asked me, "Do you want something to drink?" And I said, "Yeah." And I was still crying when she asked me, and the woman said, "It's okay. You're going to be all right. Here's something to drink." I said, "Okay." She said, "Come on, come with me." So as she pushed her stroller, I walked there on the side of her, just walking around next to the lady, and I was crying, and it slowly started to stop. I stopped crying, and I continued walking. And there I was, just walking around the air, and then I stopped. And then we went to Lost Found, and I went, and there was cops. And I was so nervous in front of all those cops. I had already stopped crying, and I thought they were going to put me in jail or something. The cops were like, "No, don't worry. You're good. Everything's okay. Sit down." So I went, "All right." I sat down. My legs were just swinging back and forth while I was sitting in the chair waiting. And I was just observing the room around me. I was just looking at all the people, everybody having discussions, chit-chatting. People were just having various conversations. I'm deaf. I had no idea what they were saying, but later they told me that I was such a young girl and I was lost and she was deaf, that they made an announcement. If someone knows who she's with, can please come in here to the Lost and Found office to come and get her. And then I spotted my uncle running to where I was, and he came into the office and he embraced me with a hug and he apologized to me, and I just started bawling again. I'm like, "You left without me. What was I supposed to do?" My uncle told me that he was sorry, and the police were very sweet. They gave me a balloon, and so I felt fine, and I was happy. Then my uncle finished buying me things there at the show, candy, sweet stuff, and I was very happy and proud holding my balloon. And then once we got home, my aunt, she told me, they told my parents that they lost me at the air show, and my mom's jaw hit the floor. After that, it took about 4 or 5 months before my aunt was able to take me anywhere again.